Hi guys, this is John from Forward Talk, and as you can see, we are in the heart of the Christmas season. And on behalf of all of us at Forward Talk, we would love to wish you a Merry Christmas. We started our journey with you on September the 15th of 2018, and we have enjoyed the conversation, the feedback that you have given us as the audience. And we want to take the opportunity to engage in a further conversation with you about the types of episodes and topics that you would like to see. Throughout this process over the last 3 months, we have had interviews with special guests, and of course, we've had our standard conversations between Pastor Phil, Endris, and I on a good number of topics. And we would love to hear your feedback on which of these episodes have been the most impactful to you. We would also like to know what kind of topics that you would like to hear in the future from us. So we are going to be requesting your feedback on topics that you would like to hear discussed on our various social media platforms. You can comment below on this video, like always, but there will also be opportunities on our Instagram page as well as our Facebook page for you to give us suggestions about topics that you would like to hear. We would also like to announce that we are going to begin an exciting relationship with HGR, or Holy Ghost Radio, in 2019. Of course, our episodes will continue to air on each Monday, but HGR, Holy Ghost Radio, is going to be replaying our episodes the following day on Tuesdays. We will also have more details coming in the future, but in the meantime, you can go follow Holy Ghost Radio on Instagram. There will be updates that they will be posting concerning the specific times that those episodes will be replayed. We look forward to you listening to those episodes on Holy Ghost Radio. So during this holiday season, Pastor Endris and I are not going to be doing full episodes of Forward Talk. However, we do have test footage from the beginning of our Forward Talk journey that we are going to be sharing with you over the next few weeks. At the beginning of next year, in 2019, we will be resuming our normal format of full topical episodes. So until next year, we at Forward Talk want to take the opportunity again to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas. We understand full well that there are various opinions on celebrating the holidays, specifically Christmas, not only within the Pentecostal or apostolic circles, but this is also a Christian-wide discussion that is had. And evidence of this is found in the fact that there are a number of books that have been written on the topic from various religious leaders. Douglas Wilson has written a book called God Rest Ye Merry that discusses the topic of Christmas, its meaning, the biblical meanings of much of the imagery and the symbols that go along with Christmas, as well as refuting many of the popular objections to Christians celebrating the holidays. Also, Kelly Nix has written a book, Naughty or Nice, What the Bible Really Has to Say About Christmas. The focus of this book from Dr. Nix is what the Bible really says about Christmas trees. And of course, for those who oppose Christmas, the way I was raised growing up with a very strong stance against Christmas, we went to texts like Jeremiah 10, and we used those types of passages to apply to the Christmas tree. And so what Dr. Nix does as he takes an extended amount of effort to examine those types of passages and demonstrate how that they could not possibly be referring to what we know as the modern day Christmas tree. There's also some incredible writings by a friend of mine named Jason Weatherly on the Weatherly Report. We will have links to those in this episode as well. Also, there is a website called decemberthe25th.info that is dedicated to demonstrating that Jesus was born in an early winter date, very possibly around December the 25th. And so these resources are going to be available to you for those that have a strong opinion against Christmas to kind of give you an idea of where we are coming from, because we do celebrate Christmas. For those of you that do celebrate the holidays with us, please take the opportunity this holiday season to spend time with your family, to spend time with those that you love. Do not take for granted those that are close to you, your parents, your siblings, your children. This is an important time of the year to connect with people that you love. As you can see by the wonderful decor in the background, that at least the John side of Forward Talk is pro-Christmas. And I think that there are some, at least from my perspective, based upon how I was raised, some very good reasons for why we should not at least reject the holidays. The idea that the day, the traditions, and the customs that surround Christmas are all pagan are often forwarded as a reason not to celebrate Christmas. However, when examined, many of those objections break down under scrutiny and in light of the commonly quoted historical sources. Most importantly of all, we do not think that it is inappropriate to celebrate Christmas simply because of our faith in the oneness of God. In 1 Corinthians chapter 8 and verse number 4 in the ESV, Paul makes the statement that the idol has no real existence at all, for there is none other God but one. So the reason why we do not fear the idol or fear the potential of an idol is that in the mind of a person who is committed to the Shema or the oneness of God, we realize that there is no other God but one, and that idols are only powerful in the minds of those who believe in them. And Paul's whole discussion in 1 Corinthians chapters 8 through 10 is the idea that a Christian is perfectly at liberty to eat something that may even have legitimately been sacrificed to an idol. That is, an idol in the minds of pagans. The reason why we do not give to even supposed Christmas traditions and origins that kind of power is because we believe specifically in the oneness of God, that there is one God and that there is none other but He. And so to give an idol power to the point that we exalt it to a status of having existence or reality or a hold in our conscience, for us is to deny the existence of the one and only God. So because I am oneness, my oneness theology informs me that idols are merely imaginations of men and have no real existence or power whatsoever. Even if it were true that many of the customs and traditions that are associated with Christmas were rooted in paganism, the reality is that those gods are long forgotten. Almost no one in the 21st century can readily discuss with you the names or the histories or the functions of those deities that are often attempted to be connected to Christmas. So the reality is that in the 21st century, in 2018, in the current Christmas season, is that the vast majority of Americans and the world realize that Christmas is a celebration of the greatest story in the history of the world. And that is that the God of all creation took on human flesh in the incarnation, and that He was born among us as one of us in order to save and redeem us. This is, in fact, the greatest story ever told. So we celebrate Christmas. We celebrate Christmas, even if many of the customs and traditions associated with Christmas were pagan, because of the triumph of Christianity over those false gods. We celebrate Christmas simply because Christianity has defeated the very memory of those gods by the evangelism of the church in the world. So between now and the first of the year, when we resume full episodes with Pastor Endris and I together, we are going to, as we mentioned at the beginning of the episode, going to be replaying some of our test footage from early in this experience with Forward Talk. And as always, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, share with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Jesus. It's so much harder to do this alone.